What are you wearing?
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing navy blue. What are you wearing?
I think it's royal blue. We're wearing royal blue.
No, this is not royal blue.
Mine's navy blue.
Mine's navy blue.
Well, that's what mine is.
Why are you wearing what I'm wearing?
On Wednesdays, we wear blue.
Navy blue.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Just Between Us. Hi, Carol. Hi, Susan. Hi, Jane. Nice to see everyone. Hey, Royally Screwed. Hey, Heather. Good to see ya. Hi, Ebony. Meow. All the OGs are up here in the chat.
Yep, all the OGs are here.
We have so much to talk about. Happy Wednesday.
I just heard about this, Carol. Like, literally, I got on, we were backstage, and Michelle told me, and I'm like, what? No.
I thought it was today, but apparently it was yesterday as well.
Oh, it did?
I thought it was today.
Oh, look who's here. Hi, Kate. Hi, Jane. Oh, man. It's a bummer, everybody. Hi, Mary.
They say it comes in threes. So we have two. So does that mean a third is going to happen, or did one recently pass? We had Dolly Parton passed yesterday, Tim Curry, I believe today. And I don't know if
do you believe that death comes in threes?
Well, that's what they say with famous people, usually. Do we have, well, we had Hayden Panettiere just passed, and then we have Dolly Parton and Tim Curry. So they were like back to back. So, I mean, that was literally, he passed yesterday. So I just found out about it right now, which is sad, I guess, because Dolly overshadowed him. I didn't even hear about him until today. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear about him till just now. Like, Oh, sorry for your loss, Jane. Janie. Am I reading that right?
It's Jane.
Jane.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hi, Susan. Well,
before we get into that,
this is not the happy sandwich we planned.
Right. Well, I will, before we get into the whole Dolly Parton thing, it's officially fall at Starbucks. Have you guys gone out and gotten your pumpkin latte? Has anyone rushed to Starbucks to try out the new fall menu from Starbucks? Let us know. I'm going to probably try to get one today or tomorrow. Tiffany, you ran straight out to Starbucks the first day. Did you get your pumpkin latte?
Girl, you know I did. And you know I didn't run anywhere. I had that delivered.
We are the DoorDash divas over here.
Yeah, it was delivered. It was delivered straight to my door.
Yeah, yeah.
So someone says it's too early.
Well, it's a month ahead of fall, but they're getting ahead of the season, and I gotta be honest, I'm ready for it. Oh, Carol says, I'm a fan of Christmas menu. Love peppermint mocha. Absolutely. And I'm so ready for fall that I'm going to be cooking a crock pot dinner after this live. I'm making a stew and potato crock pot meal. I'm ready for it. I'm tired of the AC running 24 hours a day. Bring on the fall.
You know what I love? And I actually checked with my mom yesterday.
Okay.
And apparently it comes out in October. But I'm hoping that it's a longer season than that. But persimmons. I love persimmons. Does anybody else love persimmons?
I don't think I've ever had a persimmon.
Oh my gosh. They are the most delicious fruit ever. It's so delicious. I wonder if people in the audience, do you guys like persimmons? Have you had persimmons? Oh, they're so good. And the ones I love, I think, are the Japanese version. Let me see if I can get some photos up of persimmons. Oh, they're so good.
Kate says, I'm an English stereotype, always a cup of tea. But do y'all have like fall tea? Do you have like different scents of tea and like Christmas tea? Is there a tea that comes out, certain times of year, or like those hot toddies, the mulled cider? I think that's what it's called, mulled cider. Susan says, I haven't had a persimmon in years. Yeah.
Oh, they're delicious. And I like the kind that's because they have, you see this one, the one here, the elongated one. Those ones, when I was a child, we used to spoon eat it because it's soft on the inside. But I love this one here in the corner that looks like a little tomato. I can't even describe what it tastes like. I think maybe the texture is similar to a papaya, maybe, but the taste is unlike any other fruit. It's delicious. 100% recommend. If you see it in the store, get it. And I eat it with the peel on it. I just cut the green part off the top and then I cut it into quarters, and sometimes there's seeds in it and take that out. It's delicious. It's so good. So the ones I like, actually here it shows you, I like get out of here. I like this one. But I've also had this one, and this is the one that you like spoon.
Hi, Mama. My mommy made it. Glad to see you,
Hi.
Alice. Thanks, Mommy. We're talking about persimmons. Mom, do you like persimmons? And
They're
fall
so
time
good.
beverages. Yeah.
And look, it says here, fall.
Okay.
They're so
Yeah.
good.
So they're like a sweet fruit.
Yes, they're delicious. If you have a chance to try one, 100% recommend.
Okay.
Okay, let me remove that. So that to me is like the launch of fall, when I can go have my persimmon and a pumpkin spice latte. Both.
Yeah. For me, I'm dragging out the crock pot in my 100-degree heat here in Texas, and I'm going to try to make that dinner. It's a beef tip steak with yellow potatoes. You put the one packet of onion soup mix and a stick of butter, and you just cook it. It's supposed to be like a butter, garlicky, potato, beef tip, like stew meat crock pot. But I have to be honest with y'all, I'm getting a little paranoid with all of the food recalls. So we'll talk about that. That's a whole other discussion. Carol says, Guten Tag to Ivy House of Bark. My mom's German, so I say Guten Tag to my mommy. I had a comment up here. I'm sorry, I was going to read something.
Can you select the comments?
I cannot. It won't let me. It says, hello, Michelle and Tiffany made it this time. Yes, Ivy Bark, good to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Yeah, so we have some really we have some really cool things to share about Dolly Parton. Yesterday, the Empire State Building decided to honor Dolly Parton, and at 9:25 at night, which was 9 to 5, named after her song, they lit up the Empire State Building in pink. So we're going to play that for you. I think it's the one where there's like a crowd of people. I think it's all the way over to the right.
The one that says V150?
Yes. So this is it.
Aww.
Yeah, and then Trump also lowered the flag half-mast for Dolly Parton for 1 week. Wow. Really nice honor. Yeah. So then there's another one where she tells a really funny joke. It's the one that's all the way at the bottom.
And she's in like a light color or
dark color, the V12044. She tells a really funny joke on the Tonight Show.
Sure. Because once when I took them up there, we were in the restaurant, and so we were having our meal, and this old man came over to our table. And he sat down, and he was just talking to us, and we were all laughing. We didn't know him. And we just, we were all just kind of, and then so he left, and we finished. So I went up to pay the bill, and the man said, well, your grandpa left his bill here, too. I said, my grandpa? So that old man had come over and kind of scammed us. And so I said, well, that was not my grandpa, but I paid it, of course. So when we left, I walked down the street, and he was standing there at the light. And, we walked to the corner. And so I went over to him. I said, hey, I would have been happy, to have paid your bill, I said, but then you tell him you're my grandpa. And he took his walking stick and he started just beating me across the chest. I mean, just as hard as he could. Just wham, 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 wham. And it hurt.
Oh my gosh.
I know. But
Really? But then what happened?
what do you mean what happened? These two big lumps came up and they never did go down. Gotcha!
Yeah, she always told a lot of funny jokes, and she had a lot of funny quotes that I really liked too. Let's see, there was a quote that she did that I told Tiffany about, where people. I think Barbara Walters would always say to her, do you know people make fun of you? Do you get offended that people make jokes, at your expense? And she says, I'm not offended by all the dumb blonde jokes because I know I'm not dumb. And I also know I'm not blonde. So I thought
I
that was a
love
great
that.
quote.
I love that. It reminds me of Lucy
Mm-hmm.
and how she
Now,
used to joke about being a redhead.
yep, yep. Now, can you put the other one up with her in the light color? Apparently, Dolly Parton, you guys, has a song that she is releasing in 2045 when she's going to hit 99. Unfortunately, she won't be there, but she has a secret song that she wrote. And so we're going to go ahead and play this clip about this song
Sure
that's
that you
coming
wrote
out.
a secret song that nobody else has ever heard, and you put it in a time capsule
Yes, and that has drove me crazy.
because people bring it up.
No, yeah, because they bring it up, but because I have written a song that nobody's going to hear till I'm 99 years old, and I might be there, I might not be, but it's when we did Dollywood, when we reworked that,
Yeah.
and we put it in a time capsule to be, open and whatever.
Kind of honor the old opening, yeah.
And so, and I put all the things that had to do with the times. I put a cassette player, and I put all the CD player. I
Yeah.
put stuff all in this box that, if it would preserve it to how we played those, at
Yeah.
the time. But I put that in the box. But I had to write this song that nobody was going to hear till then. And I tell you, you have no idea how that has bothered me. I want to go dig that up so bad and think, well, I need to use that song because it's like, and it's a really good song. But yes, I have a song that's buried that nobody's going to hear till I don't know whose damn idea that was. But,
Yeah, you're like, I'm like,
But
when's
it's like-
the cutoff? Is there a date? Do you know? We need to find the date when we
Well,
get to unearth it.
so I'm 76, and it's when I'm 99 years
It
old.
is
so
when
you
you're
could-
99?
Yeah, I'd be
Damn
99
straight.
years old when they open it. Yeah.
God, you got like a lot more time to wait for that
I
one.
know, but they weren't expecting me to be there at all, and I
Well, that's just rude.
probably won't be.
That's just rude.
But I mean, I'm just saying I might be there. Who knows? But the point is that there is a song. I figure it'd probably disintegrate. Probably nobody ever hear it. That's what bothers me, to think that it's going to be a song that nobody's ever going to hear if it rots in there before
But
they
what
open
a
it.
beautiful thing, though, when they open it. What a beautiful thing. I love that. I'm totally, and I've done time capsule gifts before, more as a joke. Like I gave Blake Shelton a time capsule for his birthday last year to open it the one this year, and it was just like my Team Kelly jacket from The Voice. And
So this reminds me, today people have been posting that if Back to the Future happened today,
Mm-hmm.
you know how they went from 1985 to 1955?
Mm-hmm.
We would be going to 1996.
Oh,
Yeah.
where were you in 1996?
I think I finished middle school. I was starting high school.
Wow.
Where were you?
Oh, geez, make me feel old. Well, I was probably living with my roommates in San Diego, California, working at a department store and going to junior college. Yeah, that's what I was doing at that time. Hitting the clubs. I was in the clubs. I was in my 20s. That was my club era. Well, I told you in 94, I believe, around the O.J. Simpson trial, I was living in a townhome with some single girls, and we kept playing Ace of Base. I saw the sign. Yeah, every day my roommate would wake up and play that song. So in the early 90s, mid 90s, it was my single clubbing era. and I was in my 20s, early 20s, and I was out there in the clubs.
It looks like Ebony and I are the same age because I
Mhm.
started high school in '96.
Mhm. Yeah, I graduated in 90, so yeah, a little older. I was up in the club. Yeah, that's what I was doing. But yeah, I was single, living in San Diego, working in a store, and going to college. That's what I was doing at the time. Good old days. See, I'd rather go back to the 80s. That's the era that I really liked. Um, oh yes. Carol says, a lot of people were talking about this old interview clip. I probably should have clipped it with Barbara Walters. They thought that she was a little cruel to Dolly, and Dolly just handled the questions with class. I think Barbara was like, well, you don't have to look like this. She's like, I want to. I love the way I look. I love myself, and I believe in my talent. And she said she doesn't want to look like other people. And she fashioned her appearance after the town floozy. She said she loved the way that the lady looked, and that's what she wanted to look like when she grows up. And she always said it cost a lot of money to look this cheap. And then a lot of people always used to ask her questions about Whitney Houston. When Whitney Houston sang I Will Always Love You, and she's like, I don't mind giving her the credit as long as I get the cash. So, because she wrote the song. A lot of people didn't realize that was Dolly's song.
Wasn't like Barbara Walters just in general, when we look back on stuff, kind of mean?
No, I think she asked questions that people wanted to hear. I didn't agree with a lot of the things that she said, like the Britney Spears interview. I thought was
Yeah.
cringy, but she was trying to get a reaction. But I did not always like her questions. Sometimes I think she missed the mark. Susan said, "Don't worry, class of '83 here." Yep, that's my sister was around that time. Yeah. Um, yeah, sometimes she wasn't the greatest interviewer. Like some of the questions I felt were a little sexist, but again, we're talking in the 70s and 80s. People were a lot
Yeah.
different then too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are we ready to the main topic?
Uh, which one?
Susan says she never was embarrassed or forgot where she came from and was always gave back. And you know what? One of her charities about reading and the one about books was because her father didn't know how to read and write. And
Oh,
so she started a charity for children for literacy. That was one of her main causes, was because her father, they were poor. He had to work. He didn't get to go to school. They had 12 kids. So if you look back to the future, if you like Back to the Future stuff, yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. I think I've seen it 100 times. I love Back to the Future. Literally, like the Breakfast Club, the Goonies, Back to the Future. That era was my middle school, high school era. I love that time. Um, yeah, 300 million books. She
wow.
did a lot of good. She did a lot of charity and Dollywood. I mean, she was a very smart businesswoman and she didn't have any kids. Her husband, Carl Dean, who she was married to for 50 years, passed away like 18 months ago. So a lot of people knew that she probably would because they usually pass pretty quickly. She was married to him for her entire, 50 plus years. And she met him the first day she got into Nashville. She met him at a laundromat the very first day. They were together for 50 years. Maybe longer, actually, maybe 60 years. Yeah. So that was a nice little love story. Um, yeah. So today Dolly was with him since she was 20 and she was 80. Yeah. 60 years. When East Tennessee was flooded in 2024, she went straight to Walmart parking lot with Walmart CEO to assist. She immediately handed over $1 million. Yeah, she was very, very charitable. So she doesn't have any kids and she was married to her husband, but she has a big family. So I'm sure that they're going to take over Dollywood, running over the parks and everything because she employed like almost an entire town with Dollywood. I think it was made up in the Appalachians, and so like her town folk, they all got to work at the park. Part of why she built Dollywood was to bring jobs, absolutely, to the community that raised her because they were all very, very poor. So Dollywood kind of brought in jobs, and people go there all the time for the parks. I'm sure it's going to be flooded now. They actually showed on TikTok, where her house is, all there's cars all down the street, people trying to go and pay respects, and the police are like having to move people along because it's stopping traffic. And someone on here said her nephew's announcement on Twitter had 52 million views of her passing. It's a lot of people. Yeah. She did a lot of good things for a lot of people. So, but she has, I think her fortune was 500 million. She's worth a lot of money. So, and I think a lot of it's going to charity and Steel Magnolias. Yeah, she was a pretty good actress. Yeah, I'm sure she will. She was Miley Cyrus's godmother. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
She was. She was really close with Miley Cyrus. I think it was 2 years ago they performed on New Year's Eve together. She performed with Miley Cyrus. They did a couple of songs together. I think they did Jolene and a couple of songs. And that was just like 2 years ago. She was like 78. Yeah, so let's talk about it. Oh, hope this is not going to be on an everyday occurrence. No, but we're going to talk about it today. Sorry. Because they just landed. So, I was watching Andy from Popcorn Palace today, and they're calling it exit, like eggs, like the chicken, because she left her chickens behind. I guess people are really upset about the chickens. I'm like, she can't take them with her to the
Tell the
UK,
joke I
guys.
said to you this morning.
You tell me. You said it.
Okay, so we saw that they had landed. Michelle, you called me at 7:20 this morning. Like I was literally in bed. I was scrolling through Instagram, I'll be real. Like I was awake, but
Wait. This is a girl who gets up at like 6 in the morning every day.
okay, but you called me at 7:20. I mean,
And normally
9:20 your time. But anyways,
you're
so
up.
yeah, I was scrolling through Instagram. That's how I knew you were calling. But I immediately thought, like, you know how they say the eagle has landed?
Yeah.
I want to say the chicken has landed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like that joke with the chicken tenders, she said that joke before.
I have a picture of it up if you want to show people. It's the picture. There's a picture. Yeah.
She said this joke before, right? Because I've heard this joke before.
Look, I got to admit, it is kind of funny. She says people who take care of chickens are literally chicken tenders. It's corny. It's cute. Whatever. But she's
she
leaving
said
her
it
rescued
before.
chicken. Yeah. Has she? I don't know.
Because it's familiar. I've heard it somewhere.
I don't think she made that up herself. I think she got that from somewhere. That's not hers originally. No chickens. They got left behind. Exactly. Now, apparently, they're taking the two dogs, Pula and whatever the other dog's name is. They have two
Yeah.
dogs, a beagle and I think a black lab. So they brought the dogs and the kids, and so there's a lot of speculation of what's going to happen now that they're allegedly going to the Coswalds, staying on a friend's property. I'm assuming, I don't think they bought a property, and it's for 6 months with Meghan going back and forth, which would make sense since she does still have As Ever, and that is operating out of the States. So I'm sure her staff is still running it, but there's just a lot of questions as to why. That's a really odd thing to do, to bring your kids out of, school for 6 months, 8 months, 12 months. Like, there's just a lot of speculation. Hi, Demon Dictator. So do you have an article link to show or a picture?
I'll get it up. Give me
Okay.
one moment to find an article. And then I also saw that there was talk about the particular school that they were going to put Archie in.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I just saw it for a moment that he may be in school from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. or something like that. So let me go find some articles and I will share them in just 1 second.
Okay. Too Old to Care says, why pay for a house when you can live in someone else's for free? Absolutely. Just 505 Mary says, divorce. I don't think they're going to divorce. I know a lot of people think they're setting it up for a possible divorce. but I think they're testing the waters. And let's not forget, we have Invictus Games coming up in August, and he still needs to raise $20 million. They've only gotten about $4 million. And I do believe he's trying to coax his father into going to the Invictus Games. And so I believe there's several motives and reasons as to why they're temporarily going to be over there. I don't necessarily think it's divorce. However, it is a little odd to bring the kids there. But I know that Harry is really wanting the kids to be educated over in the UK. That's a really big thing. It is July and during Queen Camilla's birthday. Yeah, her 80th birthday. It's like, of all the times, if you know someone in the royal family has a big day, why are you scheduling it at that exact time? He could have scheduled it the week after, the week before. Again, he's selfish. He's making it all about himself. Arriving in their private jet. Now, there was no security. No security. No private security.
So someone also said something like Harry is going to be his plan is 12 to 15 years. And I'm like, why does that sound like a prison sentence? Like, why are we talking? It's just such a weird thing to say. Like, how can you predict, 12 to 15 years? Where did that number, if you think about it, the kids would be 18 by that point. Maybe that's where that 12 to 15 years number is coming from.
Maybe.
Maybe they're going to stay together in name. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that Brittany from Royal News Network did a whole video talking about them. It's over. They're setting up for divorce. And that Meghan was going to stay back in California. But remember that in her first marriage, she did the same. He was in California and she was in Canada. So that could be, I think they're going to set up, a temporary home in the UK and keep their home in Montecito right now. And Meghan's planning to travel back and forth. I don't believe she's going to permanently reside in the UK. Again, I don't think the woman cares that she's away from her kids. I personally don't think she cares. I think the staff is going to be taking care of the kids like they normally do anyway. And they're calling Harry the stay-at-home dad, and Meghan's going to be the breadwinner. I mean, that's a joke. She hasn't brought in hardly any money. He actually is the one who brought in the money. If you talk about Spare, he brought in $20 million. He makes $1 million a year from Better Up. And then they had the H&M documentary. They had their shared projects together with Archwell. Now, her little dolphin investing projects, guys, is not bringing in a ton of money. And I do not believe As Ever is bringing in a ton of money. So this whole talk about her being the breadwinner when they lived off of his inheritance is laughable. Again, all the projects that made money, they were joint or from Harry. I don't think she made a ton of money from her podcast. I think it was 10 million, maybe. But that was originally her and Harry. So him being the stay-at-home dad and her being the breadwinner is hilarious to me. The breadwinner thing is hilarious. I mean, neither one of them really work, let's be honest, but they live off of his inheritance mostly.
You know what annoys me? Being lectured on being environmentally friendly by someone who takes a private jet all the time.
Yep.
Don't tell me what to do. That infuriates me. Yeah, and people, and why is it that most of the people that are telling me to stay green are the ones flying around in private jets?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, it's infuriating. Hypocrisy, I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure it rubs everybody the wrong way. It is infuriating.
It is. And yeah, so now they're back in the UK after they said all those horrible things. They're trying to make amends, and I think they're definitely trying to win people back, but it's not going to work.
Thank you, Jane.
Aw.
We appreciate it. Yeah, different rules for me than that infuriates me. Yeah. Exactly what it is. And it's not just the private jet thing, it's the mental health crisis thing. The other point of hypocrisy with them, Yeah, what Christy is saying. I believe in that kind of stuff too. Can we see the callus sign of the plane? What is a callus sign
I don't know.
or call sign? What is a
Call
call
sign.
sign?
Is there like a number or something on the plane? I don't
Let's
know.
see. Why would they put beautiful Catherine's face right after this?
Well, I think the royal family was just at Balmoral the other day. So they're kind of like business as usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's that time of year. The only pictures I see on the Daily Mail of the plane is, and they're saying it's believed to be the plane. So we don't have
Yeah.
confirmation.
Yeah.
Is there a back grade equivalent in the UK, or is it still back
Backgrid.
grid?
It's backgrid.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, Lemon, it is a big plane. But I mean, do you guys remember when Meghan went to Invictus for 3 days, or the amount of suitcases that were being pulled off the plane? Do you guys remember that?
It was a lot.
It was a lot. And I took that footage and I overlaid it with Harry in Spare talking about how on their date to Botswana, Meghan just had a tiny suitcase and a yoga mat. She didn't have a blow dryer or makeup. She just had, a pair of shorts, flip-flops, and a yoga mat.
And she could do warrior poses and take a crap in the woods. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
She fooled him so bad.
And actually, that's actually proof of that, because you see in 2016, she was flying around, to Botswana in a single, carry-on suitcase. And then February 2025, for a 3-day visit, she has $300,000 worth of outfits on, which likely, allegedly, she didn't pay for.
Exactly.
Didn't they recently, though, fly when they went in July? Didn't they fly on a commercial flight? And then remember the time that American Airlines staff member had the napkin that Meghan wrote a note on? Do you remember that? That wasn't that long ago. Yeah, exactly.
Or the card that they wish them happy anniversary that they paid for. Do you remember that? And the guy signed it twice by accident.
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. So during May, when Meghan was flying, I'm sorry that there's an echo. Meghan made this big deal about how people were just so touched about her and Harry's anniversary that when she was flying, I think it was when she went to Geneva to make that speech to 10 people, and she came back and the air flight crew presented her with a card that said happy anniversary. And then one guy signed it twice by accident. I'm like, because they probably just passed them around. And I forgot who it was. It might have been Taz. It might have been Brittany. Someone had discovered that when you go on these VIP private flights, again, private flight, you can request the flight crew to do a birthday card, anniversary card. You pay for that. So Meghan or her team had paid for that, for the air flight crew to do that. And then she presents it like, oh, they're so happy for us. Like they did that on their own. I was like, no, ma'am, you paid for that. That's so embarrassing. And the guy signed it twice, which was like, he probably just, whatever, they signed a ton of cards for clients. He didn't realize it was twice. It was just so funny because she always tries to act like people are just dancing in the streets celebrating her marriage. It's like, no one is celebrating her marriage.
Okay, but that person that signed it twice, they knew they signed it twice.
No, they probably didn't. That's what I was saying. You ever have it where you get cards passed to you and you don't know if he did. He probably just quickly signed his name. Dude signed the card twice. Just his signature. Why would you do it twice? It was an accident. So clearly, I'm just saying it was laughable. Yes, thank
Remember
you for your
that
service,
when
ma'am.
on their flight back, thank you for your service.
Your sacrifice.
Yeah,
We
thank
know
you
how hard
so
it was
much
for you.
Yeah, thank you so much for dressing up and going to galas.
You had to wear pantyhose.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
sorry.
goodness. Thank you.
And you know why she said that? Because this is around the time of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and people were like, thank you, ma'am, for your service. So she had to come up with a fake story of how the sky captain literally took his hat off and knelt beside her and said, thank you for your sacrifice. 72 working engagements. Like, really? Come on. That was the most hilarious thing. But again, Meghan always tells on herself, and that's why we love it, because she's such an idiot. Like the whole thing with the card. It's just laughable. I worked so hard. Meghan likes to work hard, guys. She does. She's a worker.
So
72 engagements. Yeah.
Omen Scobie is all of a sudden out
Oh, he's come
again.
back from the dead.
Yeah, talking about them. Uh, and this was what he said.
Oh.
Prince Harry and Meghan are not the same people who left. Obviously.
Obviously.
Like, I hope they've changed in 6 years. Now, it would be too much to hope they change for the better. But yeah, their financial situation is completely different. Their reputation is completely different. Their relationship to each other seems completely different.
Yeah.
And they're coming back failures.
Meg's at failure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what's really funny, because I always liken the Freedom Flight. Harry, when he made that recording, is like a teenager who's sneaking out of the house. You know, when you're an idiot teenager and you're like, it's fine. I got $50 in my pocket and we'll live and we'll work off the land. And, you know, you're going to run away with your girlfriend and you got this little plan. It's like he was a teenager and he's sneaking out the house with his girlfriend and they got it all together. And they didn't, obviously. You know, now they're back with their tail between their legs. But I also think one of the main reasons is because he's so jealous of Prince George, right? And he wants Archie to go to the same school, I believe Eton, when he's old enough as Prince George. He's not going to let his kids miss out on that.
They really are the perfect
Yeah,
couple. The
they
envy
are.
that Meghan has
Hmm.
for Princess Charlotte, the jealousy, I mean, the same that Harry has for Prince George, it's sick. Like they
And
really found their soulmates in each other.
exactly. Ebony says, did her mom fly back too? No, I think Doria's taking care of the chickens. She's the chicken tender of Montecito, apparently. Someone's got to take care of those chickens. So I don't think Doria is coming back. I mean, you know, who knows? And you know what's really sad? The dad had put out an article and he's like, yeah, I found out the same way as everyone else that my daughter's going back to the UK. He actually came back to the States. I don't know if he's in Florida or if he's in California, but he's back in the States. You would think Meghan, you know, this woman who's just so kind, could find a way to reach out to her father. Nope, nothing. Back in the UK. And she's going to go back and forth to the UK and England. Meghan creeping around in Charlotte's nursery. Yeah. There's something really weird. I think you're right. I think they have bonded over their jealousy and hatred of other people having more than them. You know, Meghan is a narcissist, in my opinion, and Harry is narcissistic. He lives in self pity. He lives in the past. He lives in victimhood, and he always acts like people did me wrong. You know, William always has more than me. People love his kids more than my kids. My kids need to be a part of the royal family. They need titles. You know, we need security, even though we're not working royals. They're very entitled, the both of them. So that's why I think they do well, Tiffany's. They both feel like they should be the king and queen of the UK, honestly. Um, Susan says, I find their stalking of William and Catherine, along with the squatties, is dangerous, in my opinion. The Wales need their security stepped up. Yeah. I just want to find out where the heck they're going to live. It's probably the Coswalds. So, yeah. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. My latest video, I talked about them setting up a alternative royal court. They're going to be competing for headlines. It's going to be weird, Tiffany, when Remembrance Sunday happens. Is Harry going to lay a reef somewhere? Because you know the royal family is not going to let him go lay a reef. And you know Harry will not be able to, you know, stop himself. he's going to have to do something to get headlines. That's what I think. Rival courts.
So I have to ask you, I
Mhm.
don't understand this concept of rival courts.
Mhm.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
different circles of friends, right?
Well,
I mean,
no.
how can Harry elevate himself to think he can have a rival court when he doesn't have a court?
Well, it's not necessarily about a palace or people. In my video, I talked about they're going to fight for headlines. You know how Harry and Meghan always do those fake royal tours and they show up at hospitals and they show up with the veterans. So here you're going to have the royal family doing what they're supposed to do, going to their patronages, doing royal official events, and then you're going to have Harry and Meghan trying to compete in the headlines.
So
So
I'm
it's
going to
like
say
two
something.
courts.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to say something about that.
Mhm.
Anytime you, and this is going to be my opinion, anytime someone refers to it as a rival court, these are people that are elevating Harry and Meghan beyond what they are. It shouldn't be called a rival court. They're just trying to steal call it what it is. They're trying to steal the headlines. They're trying to take attention away. It's not a rival court, right? What do you all in the chat think about that? Using me so it's not that it's a rival court. It's that they're trying to undermine what it
Yeah.
is. Let's not glorify and elevate. As Megan loves to say,
Yeah.
she puts a little.
Well, I
Mm,
called it a rival royal court because he is the son of the king. He is fifth in line to the throne. His kids are still in the line of succession. They have a prince and princess title, and he performs mock royal duties. So, in a way, it is essentially they think they're creating a second royal court. Like they do those royal tours that, they look like a bunch of a-holes, right? The Timu royals out there going to Nigeria or Jordan. They do not represent the crown, but they're going to fight in the headlines. It's going to be worse because they're in the same country. And it really, I feel bad for the actual royal family because it's going to undermine, like you guys have said, the real work that the royals are doing. Like, Remembrance Sunday, we both know the royal family, they go out there, they lay the wreaths at the cenotaph. Harry's not just going to sit home and eat popcorn. He's going to have to go out with the camera and go do something for the veterans, and he's going to be in the headlines. He cannot let the royals just go do their thing. He's not going to be a stay-at-home dad playing cards with the kids. He's going to be out there trying to show everyone, look at me, guys, I'm a royal. Don't you want me back? Don't you want to come back as a working royal? So I think he's there because he's trying to prove to the king and to the UK people that he's still useful. He's still useful. He's got a little meat on the bone, you know? Meghan didn't chew it all off. He's still got a little meat on the bone that he could be useful. That's what I think personally. I'm not saying that they're a court, but in their mind, they're trying to create a rival court because they're competing with the royal family on their soil. It's worse. I mean, they did it in America, they did it in other countries. Now they're doing it in the UK and they're enrolling their kids in a UK school system. It's like, why? What is the purpose? So I think they have a ulterior motive. They have a plan that if you're not going to let us back in the royal family, we're going to cause a massive disruption. And think about it. King Charles cannot control his son. But if he was in the royal court, he could. But if he's out there as a free agent, he can't control him. He's a free agent. So I think he's just going to cause a massive problem for the royal family. Huge problem. And I feel bad for William and Catherine. Big time. Yep. And I'm kind of curious, Tiffany, with the holidays and the kids, are they going to be pushing to have the kids meet each other? Because I don't think the kids really know each other. I don't know if they've ever met each other, honestly. Because Archie was a baby, right? When they left in 2020. And I think is it Louis and Archie? Are they the ones that are close in age?
So
Charlotte's older.
Prince Louis was born right before their wedding.
Yeah.
So that was what, May 2018, roughly?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Archie was born May 2019, so about a year apart.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm kind of wondering, like Louis might end up in a school, right, with Archie. We don't know where they go. I think they go to school in Windsor. Is that where the kids go? I'm not really sure how far the Coswads are from Windsor. But I'm kind of curious because Louis is probably going to end up at Eton, and I guarantee you they're going to push Archie to go to Eton. Don't you think?
I
So,
mean, I think if you want to see the life that Harry wants, it's going to emulate very closely to the
mhm.
life William has. In fact, I think Harry thought he was getting his own Catherine, but he severely miscalculated.
Yeah, sure did. He got another Wallace almost.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I got to be honest, we're two, Americans marrying into the royal family is not looking good, unfortunately.
Oh, good. I hadn't made that connection.
Yeah. 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 So who knows? But I have a feeling, they're going to want to go to Eton because that's where all of them go. That's where William and Harry went. That's where George is going. So he's going to push for Archie to be at Eton. Are more tougher than when William and Harry went. No special favors. Oh, yeah. We'll see how that works. And I do feel bad for Archie and Lily. I think they're the two innocent collateral damage. Rumor on the street is, according to Neil Sean, the kids were really upset. They did not want to move. They have their little friends. They go to their schools. They're ripped out from everything they know, being pushed into another country. They're going to have American accents. Are they going to fit in? Of course, they have a prince and princess title. It's going to make them feel weird, right? Back in the UK. 56 miles from Coswads to Windsor. Oh, it's not that far. Like an hour? It's not that far. Meghan drove her wedding in a car that was associated with Wallace Simpson. That's right. And their wedding date was the date that Anne Boleyn was beheaded. Sorry. Just say. I mean, Wallace
You
Simpson's
can't make
car.
it up, man. You can't make it up.
Yeah, foreshadowing.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so
gosh.
so what do you guys think? What do you think is going to be the first thing? We're going to hear about the kids, maybe what school they're going to go to, the house that they're going to stay at. I think Harry's going to come out pretty soon. I think the Diana Legacy Awards is happening soon. Scotty's Soldiers. I think there's some events coming up. So we're probably going to see him maybe later this week or next week out at some events. That's what I think is going to happen. Hi, Lady Leticia. Thanks for joining us. Jenny J. Teresa, nice to see you. Teresa says, I think H&M wants to use their kids for information about the Wells family, so they still want the Wells kids to be near A&L, and I believe Prince William won't allow it. Yes. Yeah, and I think we have some royal tours that were announced that are coming up soon. Unfortunately, I didn't get all the information. And I believe Catherine is going with, is it India for the Earthshot Prize? I think that's coming up in November, so that would be exciting. I think William and Catherine, I believe, are going to India for the Earthshot. So it seems like the royals are just going to continue working on, and just ignoring the Sussexes, kind of doing what they've always been doing. Fortune Cookies Tarot. Hi there. Annabelle, nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Do you have any predictions, Annabelle? Have you consulted, the other world? Did they have any they have any insight on what you think is going to happen with Harry and Meghan? Let us know in the comments. I'm always interested to hear what people have to say. Lotus Flower, welcome. She says those poor kids are already at a disadvantage. Yeah. I mean, are the schools tougher in the UK, do you think, Tiffany, than they are in America?
I have to tell you, I saw a video today
Mm-hmm.
of an American school teacher who was teaching 15-year-olds, and she asked them to go into their textbook and highlight the most important concepts within a particular section, and they couldn't do it.
Wow.
So it makes me very nervous.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about the education system outside,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, I used to teach at the college level, and I feel like it got easier with time. Like the standards got a little bit lower and lower as I was teaching. And that was, I don't know, I taught for maybe 10 years. So within that 10 years, I feel like the standards had, even though I was teaching the same class.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just my experience, and I don't want to generalize for other people. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is what I heard too. I heard this too. I heard 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., but in either case, what I read said something along the lines of Archie will get home and have to go to sleep. Like that. And if you think about that, that's not just limiting his interaction with his parents, but it's limiting his interaction with his sister too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Corrine says she feels like it's a soft launch for separation divorce. Yeah, it could be. It definitely could be, because we know that Harry's been miserable. He's wanting to come back. He's wanting to educate his kids in the UK. They're not committing to a full-time move. So I think they're setting the stage to see how things go. If Meghan could also, I think she wants to bring her business internationally. Remember, she wanted to go global. So her being in the UK, getting the trademarks for the UK, setting up an office in the UK. She's going to start opening up the market for people to buy as ever, which she needs to. She needs all the help she can get. I think Meghan is definitely using it as a launching pad. But again, it could also be a setup for a possible divorce in the future. And I
So
think Meghan will walk away from the kids. I
so
don't think she'll fight for them.
so sorry to hear that, Teresa. Sending you
Oh,
big hugs, and yeah.
yeah. So I personally feel like if they separated, Meghan would be okay walking away with the kids. I think she would just kind of fly in and out like Doria, little mom with some space.
I mean, she'll be ready when it's time to do the modeling shoots to sell the clothing. But, other than
Putting the
that,
putting
what's
the
the
yeah, yeah, putting the kids in boarding school all day.
yeah.
I mean, and then they're with the nannies at night. I mean, they're going to be flying around doing whatever they do. So I don't think it's going to be a big loss.
And right now you just said Megan wants to go international. Girl, you're international. We know you everywhere.
I meant with as ever.
We know.
Yeah, and today she released her apple butter jeans. That was called
Boots with the
on the
fur.
fur. I love that song.
I can't. I'm telling you, every time I hear apple butter, I remember apple butter jeans.
Yep, yep. Okay, Annabelle from Fortune Cookie says, I am channeling royals all week, so we will see what our post royals have to say about Meghan. Do you have any predictions, Annabelle, about what's going to happen with Harry and Meghan in the UK? Have you had a chance to do that? Let us know. We're very interested. Mary Ann Williams says, I think Charles will pay a settlement to get MM to disappear. Well, he better get her to sign a freaking NDA, because she's coming out with a burn book. That's the case. Yeah, Ivy House of Bark says that stuff looks like poop. I wonder if it's runny. The apple butter. Can you put a picture? Do we have one of her Instagram or of apple butter? But that came out today, so we'll see how that goes. I wonder how much she's selling it for. Probably the same as her spreads, I am assuming. Christy says, I saw a video of Harry sitting next to a child on a woman's lap. The child went to grab some popcorn, yep, out of Harry's bag, and Harry snatched it away and gave that child um, a look of death. I saw a video clip where he actually did give the child some popcorn. Okay, so Annabelle says, yes, I have a premiere in a minute. Harry will stay in UK and be broke and broken, and she will leave because it's all so horrible here. I feel fine about it. She did it to herself. Oh, Interesting. Okay, you guys go over to Annabelle's YouTube channel, check out her premiere video. Yeah. I will hop on next time. Loving the new show. Thank you, Annabelle. Thank you so much. You have a lovely channel. Guys, please go over and subscribe to Annabelle Fortune Cookies Tarot and be sure to go check out her video that is premiering in a few minutes. Monarch says you can get apple butter at every farmer's market, fresh, local, no shipping, supporting small businesses, and green because no shipping. Look, you guys, y'all need to start eating meat, included local butchers, local farmers, farmers markets, with all the stuff that's happening in the grocery stores, with all the food recalls. Shop local. Definitely. Definitely. Oh, yeah. So what do you guys think of this new apple butter? I wonder what it looks like. I bet it's runny. What do you think? Do you think it's thick like butter, Tiffany? The consistency? I don't know.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it. Everything of Megan's that was supposed to be thick was never thick.
It really was like a dessert sauce. She should have just called it a dessert sauce, like the Smucker's dessert spreads that you could put on like ice cream, because she was always showing it on ice cream or like baking, but it's not good on bread. It's really, really soggy. Has anyone seen it? It looks like baby food on the photo. Yeah. Yep. Uh-huh. Except her brain. That's thick. Apple butter can be made in the crock pot. Really? I don't think I've ever tasted apple butter. Is it like a butter? Like, what is it? What is apple butter? I don't understand what apple butter is. While white labels, you're right, Michelle, but buy local. Absolutely. With all the stuff happening in these huge plants with listeria and all that crap, all the food that's been recalled, I just don't trust anything anymore. I'm scared. I'm scared. Apple butter is amazing. So it's like a butter? Is it like a sweet? Like, I don't know what apple butter tastes like. I'm kind of tempted. Have you had apple butter, Tiffany?
I think I have, and I think I loved it.
Yeah.
And I don't remember it being like, yeah, like it was on toast.
On toast with jelly. So it's like a butter, but it's like a flavored butter. It's very common in the States.
Okay, I'm going to give you all a little secret.
Oh.
Highgrove has, I'm already salivating. They had I want to say it was a Christmas butter. I can't remember what the name of it was, but it was seasonal. It was the most delicious thing I've ever tasted.
Mm.
It was so good.
Yeah, Amish people make really good stuff. Okay, concentrated from applesauce produced by long, slow cooking of apples with apple juice of water to the point where the sugar in the apples caramelizes, turning the apple butter a deep brown. Oh, that sounds delicious. So you can have it like on a croissant. People said they put it in cottage cheese. It sounds amazing, and it does look a little runny. So I'll think. Is it supposed to be a thick consistency?
Teresa, I will be saving my money to buy my Highgrove Christmas shipment.
Oh.
That's what I'm going to be
Ooh.
doing. I still
Okay.
have the tea. Oh my goodness, it's so good.
Was it a peppermint tea? A Christmas
No,
tea?
it's like it's spicy, like cloves and cinnamon. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like when I brew the tea, my house smells like Christmas.
Oh,
It's so
yum.
good.
No butter and apple butter. Okay. Good decision, Tiffany. I mean, I actually thought about maybe in the future buying a couple of her, like the blackberry and the apple butter, but I'm like, God, they're so expensive, guys. But it's a tax write-off. If you guys want me to do a taste test, let me know. I've done 2 in the past. Maybe we'll test them out for a fall time and I can compare her to other apple butters. Just let me know. Maybe I'll try something upcoming in another video. Yes, spend your money on good things. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, that apricot spread was gross. It was really gross. Crackle Barrel serves apple butter. I love Crackle Barrel. Um, Save your money, Michelle. Yeah, I'm down for saving money. I think we all are. Apple butter on raisin toast is amazing.
That sounds pretty phenomenal. That sounds
Ooh,
delicious.
Jimmy Owl says, I want to see the unboxing of the High Grove stash. Maybe
I
that
have
we'll do that for
videos.
Christmas. Yeah. Oh,
I
she
have
does.
videos from my delivery last year and the year before.
But was it
And
on your members account?
it was, I think.
Well, maybe Tiffany can upload it to our channel. Maybe she can just do a video later. We'll just upload it if you want to see it. Was it really long? A couple minutes, maybe?
I don't think it was very long. I'll go look for it. And we'll see. Oh, the new one I get. So
Okay,
now,
yeah,
are you telling me to spend more money?
maybe toward the Christmas holidays, Tiffany and I will do some High Grove unboxings on our channel for you guys. We'll test out some products. They're really good. The only problem is the shipping is just astronomical.
And this last year, I had to pay tariffs on it. And it was, I want to say, like 15%.
Yeah, it was really expensive. Yeah. Um, isn't the jam from High Grove meant to be nice? Yeah, I actually got the jam. It was lovely, and I got the shortbread cookies, and I did get the Prince of Wales tea, which I never made because I need to get one of those little steeper things, because it's like a loose tea, and I don't have something to put it in, so I need to get one of those. But I'm telling you guys, those shortbread cookies, they were the best cookies I've ever had in my life. They were so fresh, and I do have the High Grove jelly. I think it's still in my fridge. I have to look because it might have expired. I have to look. But I still have the apricot spread from Megan, and it expires August of 27. So it's coming up pretty soon. It's just gross. Ugh. It's like runny baby food. Um, yeah. Brenda says, take a hint, Harry, Meghan, you were not welcome. So another funny story, Tiffany. Um, Apparently the neighbors in Montecito were really happy to hear that Harry and Meghan were leaving. They were like, good riddance, get out of here. They were like celebrating. Apparently they weren't well liked in Montecito. What do you think?
Not surprising.
Do you remember that interview where Meghan said that the mothers weren't very nice to her at drop off? Like,
I thought she said they would all go do yoga together. I thought she made it seem like they were best friends.
no, don't y'all remember that time where she's like the mothers didn't like her very much at drop off? I could be wrong.
I thought she said that she had built such a beautiful community and they would go do Pilates or yoga or something together.
I think she did both. Yeah. So I think that's all we have for today, guys. Bloomberg interview. Yeah, I think she did say something in the Bloomberg, like she doesn't care what people think about her. People have a lot of opinions about her, stuff like that. The drop off.
There was this one article, if I'm not mistaken, remember People Magazine did an article and it was right before I think With Love Megan came out. It was a very, very long article. I think in that article is when she talks about how she went to yoga or Pilates or whatever with.
Yeah. She was trying to build up that she had friends. Yeah. But she has her mahjong ladies. You know, what is it? Kelly and Tracy, whatever her name is. Yeah, the wife of so-and-so. Interesting. Found tea steepers on Amazon. Yeah, I need to get some of those. And Carol, we hope you had a lovely birthday. Her birthday was on Monday. So thank you for being here, Carol. We know that you had another appointment, and Lizzie, I think Lizzie made it too. Thank you, Lizzie. Shout out to our lovely moderators. These ladies always do amazing work. So thank you for joining us. So do you want to take that photo down? Okay. So Tiffany, what do you have that you're working on that you want to share?
I am Harry and Meghan out. I am tired of them.
Same.
And You know, what I would appreciate is if Meghan went out in public and had a couple of mask slips. That would be great.
Yes. Another microphone stealing moment on the red
Yes, just
carpet. It's like, look,
all
if we have to deal with you, give us something interesting.
give us something to work with, you know? And the thing is, when Meghan makes any public appearance, believe me, she's gonna have a mask slip. She's gonna do something. So that's all I ask.
Tom Sykes says the Coswald residents are already warning MM about not getting media attention at school drop-offs. Yeah, they have a rule. They can't film the kids. They won't. They don't film William and Catherine's kids. They won't do their kids.
So that actually reminds me, Michelle, you and I were chatting. This is a different topic. You guys okay if we switch topics for as we're getting ready to say goodbye? We were talking about Hayden, and I can't pronounce her last name.
Panettiere.
And I was watching Cheer Denise yesterday.
Oh.
She does such a good job, like reviewing all the most recent things in the news. And she was talking about how Hayden's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, Brian, the one who went to jail for 400 days after domestic violence issues, that in Hayden's HOA complex, her condo complex, the HOA put up signs saying, if you see Brian, call the police.
Wow. I think it's called Sherman says over 30,000 signatures are ready to keep his security private. Yes, Cherie Denise is awesome. But believe me, guys, we're going to get some photos of Meghan shopping in the Coswalds without the kids, or Harry's going to show up and give a speech. They're going to be out in the press probably by this weekend, I think. And I'm just curious, what friend lent them their house? Do you think it was Jerry Hollowell? Do you think she did it? They're renting it from somebody. Yeah, it is sad what happened to Hayden. It's very sad. Yep. Oh yeah, check out the death of the pastor's wife. Justice for
This is on my list. I saw it show up on my Netflix that it's coming out soon. And yesterday I Googled it. When is it coming out? I think it's out today. Is that right, Lotus Flower? Is that out today? I don't know anything about this story, but I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, that's on our list. Yes, because supposedly she unalived herself, but a lot of people think that she didn't. It's kind of one of those weird cases because her husband was also, didn't he move on really quickly? He was a pastor, and like when he announced her death at the church service, it was kind of like, don't cry about it, she's dead. And they're like, what? Like he gave a whole service. It was like really weird. And she was really young. So I'm going to go look into it. Oh, some people say she was coercive. Yeah, there's just so many. So I need to educate myself more on that case. But I remember there was a lot of weird stuff with the husband and the way he acted. Very, very strange. And she was young. I think she was in her 20s. Coercive control. Okay. Yeah. We'll talk about that maybe one of our Friday lives. We'll talk about some movies or some book reviews. We have some of those stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. We're going to talk about movies on Fridays, but maybe we'll watch that show and we'll talk about it on Friday. Ever watched 12 Angry Men? Yes, a long time ago. That was an old movie, wasn't it? An older movie. Who is paying for the private jet privilege? I don't know. Daddy Warbucks. One of their billionaire besties. You know what's really funny? You haven't heard much about Tyler Perry and the Sussexes lately. Has he disappeared? You have not
Wait,
seen
you
him
mean I
anywhere.
need to go there with those people? Well, they're going there. So,
Daddy.
you remember what I'm referencing? When they asked Tyler Perry to be, I think, their daughter's godfather.
Yeah.
You mean over there?
Yeah. And it seems like Oprah and Gail have kind of separated themselves. No celebrities are really surrounding them. If you really think about it, they really don't. David Foster, for the event, but there's rumors that it wasn't great because politically they were not aligned because he's very much on the Trump side because he supports Spencer Pratt, that whole thing. And of course, Meghan and Harry don't. So there's some alleged rumors from Neil Sean about some discord, but who knows? Yeah, and applying racism. Yep, absolutely. So anyways, guys, yeah, that's all we have for today. So we just thank y'all for being here. And look, I was on time. I was early today. I was 10 minutes early today. I did my hair and makeup ahead of time. Mom, I was on time. I was
You
really proud
guys,
of myself.
Michelle, tell the full story.
What?
Tell the full story. Okay, I
What
mentioned
is the
earlier,
full
Michelle
story?
called me at 7:20 in the morning. Tell them how you multitask, why you called me at 7:20
I
versus
don't
the
remember.
usual 8 a.m. You usually call me at 8 a.m., 40
I don't
minutes
remember why I called you at 7:20. Are
because
you
you were doing
kidding?
your makeup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was multitasking.
yes.
You act like I woke you up out of a deep sleep. This is a girl who I will literally call at 7 in the morning, and this girl has done 20 things already. Like what
I
you
don't know.
acting like I woke you up out of a deep sleep. You literally get up at 6 in the morning, and by 8, she's taken out the trash, she's fed her dog, she's uploaded 2 shorts, she's edited 2 chapters, she's taken a shower, and I'm just getting out of bed. And she's already done 20 things. So she's acting like I woke her up in the crack of dawn. This is a woman who does 50 things before 8 a.m. So why are you
Well,
telling people I call you at 7:20 in the morning when your ass was on the phone scrolling? Give me a break.
well, look, it was actually a pleasure that I woke up to your phone call. In fact, when you called me, I
She
was like,
gets
what?
mad at me, you guys, if I make her wait for her morning. I have to call her first thing in the morning. It's like our
8
routine.
a.m. I'm used to the 8
And if I
a.m. phone
call
call.
her after, she's like, there she is.
Oh, there she is.
There she is.
What have you been up to this morning?
It's like
What
Grand
has
Central
kept you
Station.
so busy?
People like to talk to me first thing in the morning, so you're on my list.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I'm used to it. It's
okay,
like,
people are done with
it's
us.
like my morning coffee.
Exactly. All right, sorry you guys have to listen to us. We do this all the time. Thank you to our mods, and we'll see you guys on Friday. So
Bye,
Monday, Wednesday,
everybody.
Friday is our new time. Bye, everybody.